OKFM 101.7.
Mira Engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyapong, a former General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Brami Mwachi.
Hello?
Mwachi o.
O me jo so kwame.
Namu pomboko die.
Nyame adom bibia boko.
Wadawuma ya hu se NPP kwan ya mo fa so restructure party ni towards 2028 elections no wo de abase ebeya enka party constitution no wo mo ensesem na enkomayi emu nkyeremu tesɛn.
I'm so tie proposal a me de koma constitutional amendment committee na this is a proposal I made during the last National Executive Committee meeting and the National Council meeting. And so we all recognize that we've been through a very difficult stage of the party's development. We have to admit that we were defeated in a massive way, and we can't continue with things or business as usual. And that's why I made those proposals. First and foremost, we feel that if I would think of Kasa followed NPP platforms, BA feels that Electoral College, city at TSC, and I said, why you Juma party or constituency because we're the chairman 3 terms. But yeah, on your chairman view. Now, so, or or experience or knowledge how bit media boa party no enti see ekoto ba onye chairman bi onti on to be no there me feel say happen obi how I former MP constituency constituency pa oni there ono so on to baby because onye MPP enti me did say all these former officers in fact they there taba album ne honi na ne say ubu ha na oye polling station executive 2000 and 2004 and 2008 because bia MP no for be person ba na bu ye polling station elections na ya no basa obeti say bia na say ye be free all those people na at least why executive down there say your man yes almost to me to abanibia sa any brain na beba say yi we free we ka ho baby why the 2 albums na to abani na to be twa because why a polling station da executive da even in 1992 na say na the tiafi na we free mu dia na say e ma ho kwan say was no say utimi to sa abani ye the back to DCs ni MCs that for HMU ni ade ni na it will bring a certain level of inclusivity. Bema one feel say party no you missing chain because you be anyone yeah say we do one bar for Rema party na why you Juma party na e be do say you be ni pa also won't count you don't have a voice in it so people feel alienated feel say you missing chain and the mission says it me create every constituency be more executive positions 2022 2018 2014 2012 now they know themselves and the Jama constituencies know themselves to make sure say all the former executives are put into a caucus until they all become delegates to be able to express their opinion and vote for parliamentary candidates and presidential candidates and national offices. Nigeria said it will create a certain energy at the bottom of the party. Bema nipa na Kenya kesi bi aba say woman party no woman can obi anywhere uyi woman free. Oh, there's also another thought say nkayembi mukwana ubia or card so and tuaba. Well, I think eventually Bia will get there, but this is what I call a limited expansion. A bit bimu cafe. It could increase the voting population to anything between 2 million and 3 million. So for the party, and no, I think will be more representative at the base level. A beboa, until medisa proposal and a true anymore. Secondly, me found it true and say to me, yes, we are. Many paddle are part of the electoral college, some the betwaba, there. Let me feel say, in any presidential candidate no coming. Because you say, Ukoye, Kotwa Baby or party ma. As far as no one, there's a lot of financial pressure. Will be a one there's a constant election, there's a polling station, there's a electoral area coordinator, there's a constituency chairman, right up to national level. By the time you better to all these elections, maybe from polling station, electoral area, constituency, region, national, because as you were see or maintain a Huawei. Now it creates a lot of factionalism in the party. Apart from say a deep pressure, financial pressure to system, so allow for monetization of the process, and also so it that kind of division. See, ya to a baby. See, all former officers at the polling station level for polling station for every electoral cycle, they are about 200,000. To the go back to the mini electoral cycle, but you go well past 2 million people eligible to vote in that election. See, it will reduce the monetization of politics at the base level, and by the time I be after that, in 2 years time, when the next round of national elections almost mandate expire in 2026, yes, in 2026. Wow, person will do for rest of your party chairman, general secretary, announcer, treasurer, announcer, constituent. We say, ye baba tied ye and see what makes you say a beboa, ama, and no, it's likely to create more harmony and cambum at the local level. And we feel that a beboa. The third thing was super delegates. And no, it's just 276 constituency chairmen. Constituency Cassini with so many voters. One person the 272 regional executives, the 88 members of parliament. In Tukikamboma, it will be less than 800 with the 30 council of elders. The last time members of parliament 139, it was still under 1,000. And per 1,000 there, it's liable to manipulation and monetization. And they don't represent the base of the party. They cannot adequately represent the base of the party. And also so Mujiri says, in the party nankasa the grassroots no dodo no and twaba no. Now one I polling station from 1992, 96 through to 2000, 2004. P bet yase. Na omudi ya ose na ye kotwaba. Na sabi omo omudi won atuwa ye juma bua party said na onye polling station executive dino. Onu de ontimi kotwaba ni bi. Na afofo npa kakra bi enf enumbi e wo ha. And they are power and see one, no kind of fast of power and see one, and no kind they are contentious because those are your constitution, man. Every police station should have a register. Time I'm a general secretary, me prepare me printed registers for all the 38,000 polling stations. And so Nipano meetings and every polling station. Ebeye no mahu nti so won kosia no mato aba nye obi ne be free baby abeka se na ye beto aba ha wo mo enemy ho because we polling station meetings normally nipa ba bi at 25 20 15 very hardly now because you know polling station meetings in the hardcore party activists women attend the polling station executive meetings women they decided who their polling station executives are. Nasa police station executives no juma de o mani so ne se on beto abaw o juma ne se on be juma advocacy for the party at the local level, monitor our electoral register in that polling station. Polling station be no be say more back thousand.
General.
Yeah.
But who be no na sa polling station executive no. Na say obi kura tro na ne bag adwuma wo ye profession no atwere ahye say delegate. Others ye na yi mpanimfo wo NPP no. Nti bebre kura hu say chese abato nko na omo ye.
And then America say polling station say you polling station manual party. What that? Now so a lot of people claim them say polling station manual. And not show a Juma polling station executive. Where Juma say yeah. So who will film identify any mom so many MP before almost 17 or mobile code 18 bit me don't better register and so Juma be yes, delegate. It being delegate now. It is not known in our constitution. There is no position called delegate in the NPP constitution. Now, so a Juma idea almost as a polling station executive. Because I know they are trying. And then I don't know a TV program, but you so be there now. So I'm person delegate. You know, because of Niyama, say be no any you should say and no create that distance between the party and the general populace. In this increase a democracy, let's be a police station that no one to mean you need freedom. And Casa name be election for me, Nipa 5 or and none I do when you went in to Kwa Emba. So Nipa na Juma at the police station that they are, it should be a part of the electoral college. We should going forward and see and no crown future polling station elections to be less contentious. Because Mr. Mayor put my polling station executive that as a constitutional man quasi meeting to Aba. We are got to phone me in Yaka, Messa to Aba. So, be a Yemena made polling station organization, but having been a member before, make me to Aba. See, I won't you where you were from, and I didn't know it be free. Me did this say a beboa. Until I'm a sergeant, the party should consider that. I spoke at it during the National Executive. I put it in writing to the Constitution, the Constitution Amendment Committee. With the presidential prime minister, the date is decided by the National Council. You don't need any constitutional amendment. It just gives you a limit of 24 months to the next election. So you can do it any time before that. Man feels that as soon as we've been able to open up the electoral register and make sure that all these people are who are MP for 3 terms, now to say we're free so. And so you're talking about on to be. I mean, how can that be? So until the person doesn't feel an organic link to the party, that sense of belonging now, who said, or can was so boa near the now, you be so that the former party cried and in shall say, that the phone of 92. And then you can't some cry in Federal and cannot come home. So, Tiasim free media, me say. They have a responsibility to say it brings the whole party together as one. Now, Kwabena Agyei to me be registered to that level. That may be an interim step. That gradually be eventually. It means to say a registration system need to make sure that card holders no doors one. And no, they say eventually develop systems will be work hard to meet Aba. I'm sure that eventually we'll get that, but you started from zero, where we are now straight on beer. And when I'm sure there may be issues. Into the let's bring in all those who have been left out. Now, once you in a Bema amount for any feeling to energize the party at the base, Bema does not could be a back. Say yes, we know you can't. I mean, you're doing so party no fire drink, and now say you come here. That level of participation will restore the confidence that people have in the electoral process. Indeed, they open up in Yafra, wouldn't at least almost imagine. Do don't know to a man, Nipa, then so or NPP. Until I'm the those proposals number.
Now, what did buy an Peninsula Jenny saying?
Oh, I mean, there was in the room there was general acceptance. I mean, of course, the only thing was maybe no say, there was some a little confusion. Obia one again, so the party there, it be the and what is important is that let's broaden the base of the electoral college. and we broaden the base of the electoral college in a big way. So, we also recognize that the flag bearer is the most important person in the party rally behind. And Emma, the participation here broad-based. You just have broad-based participation. By the time a national executive is almost mandate to be in 2026, one corporate bill and say, oh, but no one but candidate near the NACO. The Kwabena says he see a starting polling station. We see people win a board member region where candidate win a support to me, region who a candidate win a support to me. There is no harmony. So at the end of the day, you should look at the current situation. It's not the best for ourselves. You cannot be business as usual. I think we should flip it. It's time for us to take a closer look at it. Tension down in the party. Sinipa do no aso toa. Wombe you makuma toama obia otu ni wasiwo but then one bar for real wasum party owe media owe boo or kasapa party for no ginidi. Yes, be ubi uska bit makutu nipa kakabia meme skamayo nema. And nona ekun your politics of this country. I think we should reduce the monetization of politics in our country and therefore allow proper leaders, because leadership may hire man. If we have well-meaning, public-spirited individuals, almost 2 years, one just say a person or mine, and no here, and none of them in human form who said there is beauty and a sense of fulfillment in serving your country. May who politics as a way of making money. Sadiana, a hygiene, and no share pressure. Grassroots needed to current government, so because of the no party can come into power and give all their 5, 6, 7 million supporters jobs. You can't do it. But party and she said create an economic environment that can help anybody thrive. So maybe I will be as a table now, the family now. This is a building economy, spread the development around the country. Oh, yes, over Kumasi and Ankai. Now, what to me, the obey, so that you can realize your God-given potential without having to do. It's just a politics in Kwana bit my family. Me, engineering. The minimum what to do in engineering practice. Me sit down and count. So the practice where people go into government and then all of a sudden you see or die 3 or die 4. No, that is unfortunately giving a wrong signal to Nchirimano into Usha. So or university no join party because of placement, papa, or scholarship, or national service. Who said, "Dear Nameyamo, always what can I get out of the system?" This is what we have to change. There has to be a paradigm shift in our politics. And the leaders, they say leading by example. They say leading by example. Better than Chimano Abanasa. And that's what I talked about during the last prime minister. I can't say triple S service, a son sacrifice. So the whole bar for real and selflessness. The bishop will not go bit me. The ama do only be now the man no di. And no never more minor ye. The Indian says, Kasem no sabi, Ubianeska, no to transform, no pay to the native Ghana. This is not the Ghana that we know. We don't waste money. And it is materialism that has taken over this country. And if we, the leaders of our parties, don't stop that and we don't speak against that. After all, you can live a fulfilled life. I believe, I've lived a fulfilled life. You don't need to have 100 houses or 20 houses. Even if you have 2, 3 houses, that's fine. The old damn it, things here. No, let me see 1999, 2000, press secretary to the president. Hana Matia here. Menu didn't come. I'm happy. So what bad? I'm a woman, some spirit of contentment. I could be press secretary to conform because they are dying. What they are dying? Just break a mortar. We need to learn to serve society. Every casa man who said, Sikan Crawford, Tugun Crawford, and no being a Sagana, we don't even know the source of the money. Then we pay to DHD. What kind of society are we building? We can't do that. And the media, I want to make a woman Nyamedia mame at my age as I say me ko enim kakra no. I will fight for propriety in Ghana. Me the mahodi nyina beye senchi man be suen bibi and with the very principles that anchored the formation of this political party. Tarocha nom nim penimfo ajenim boatwe nom ni ade. O mo sisi adan yo. O mo to he dan na de aboa party.
Ai mi say ajenim boatwe o to ne dan na party.
O ko de fi bi kai nom ni ade amobedi akonom Stephen Kreku si Onyano Anderson Eke Deku because Alhaji Bin Saleh nom ne ade na say I say we are no obi efumade mo ye de kwen
honorable we make say that was then say contemporary politics you come obasum name.
I don't accept that was then bia subaya emfata and sumaya sum sika na asesa oman no the small bia so nkoye adwuma they believe say you can be busy. You can have a fulfilled life without being rich. That is all you need in society to be happy. And you cannot buy contentment. The politics now, a man for money I did because if you said that it's the kind of going out there. Oh, the capital. Kwame, two things to say. Now, send me first school, the young people, be test controlled by my office. Then Busam say, "Omama made their wildest dreams. A dime say now pay, cars say now pay, sika say now be issue a man say now be wo. Okay, come over. May no more calculations be converted at current. A new man no more answer means it drew $1.5 million. And Zubati will be a first sika say boom will be a all the sika no be boom pass sika na say go bank na 000 who sika now find the farm money is useless. It is of no use to society, and we have to begin to speak like you, the media. You have forgotten your duty to society as fourth estate. And people have allowed themselves to become mercenary. What I call slash and burn politics in this country. Why? What kind of society is that? And none of them politics maybe because we assume society. You can live a fulfilled life without being massively rich. Because when you play the so and then to be free when we are in the area. Vegetable society.
I'm ready and son abakon mamusa debi. And in respect of the expansion said of electoral college, ebi no say NDC for year bi e ma kwa ma nipa bia no omo nye NDC for man be wurawura mu say taking cue from that no expansion no mobaye no kwan be so
in America say let's start with all former office holders. And so we NDC now you could not have been an office holder unless what is not of the NPP. So I think so being full and be that possibility, I think is just marginal. People are overstating that possibility. Eventually, we say we should get there. Eventually, but when we are the confronting here on I think that before July, August, they say yes, so that we can move on. We don't have time. So the more be until I'm funny say there pointing be there be and no so be a polling station officer that chairman organizer in 1996 not to we not here obit ma to abani bi do on the counterparts no more 2000 2004 2008 a baby you cross the 2 million barrier, and once you have more than 2 million to 3 million people voting, I think it will be difficult to be and that will be disabused. And if you say threat now we can watch them former executive be we name in me it's much the no executive woman constituency in 1996 so we need, that's why my first proposal is that all the 275 or so constituents, almost come back. They have the data, they have the information. All their former polling station executives, and bring them back into the voting arrangement. More opportunity to express their opinion and also participate. So participation in here. So almost come one. And no, you talk about it. We are doing a or also OEB or counting. You feel a sense of responsibility to campaign. And this are a party. No, counting a back from So I think that is the first step. Eventually, I'm sure the 1 man, 1 vote, almost when we've got the systems and the architecture in place, and now with digitization, we should be able to do it. But that may take us a bit more time. We have them available. It also capable of expanding a bit. Be at the end of Kwame Medawasi na mesewa akwanya wenya oti radio today mese na me am simpese me show radio me kanabon tu nya kwaya bra
mate
na yemi nkomo
mate
to be the way am di party ne ho fa won nyema mo promote nyema ha party no mesremo
mate bra
party the ni pande wo e da from to yimi na e ho
mate
we can't be perfect, but we all have to build kana our mind here something a friend among yourself. We want to build a country. We can't build a country by destroying ourselves and destroying each other. It won't help any of us. Since elections, we need the first person I know.
Engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyapong, a former general secretary of the New Patriotic Party, and okay.
OKFM 101.7.